Hi my lovely people, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for stopping by to watch this video. Thank you for your continued support, and those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Speaking of which, if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to hit that subscribe button down there, the red one. If you haven't already, ring that notification bell next to it for all notifications so you will never miss one of my videos. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is right there. And also go on over to my other channel that I just launched, Cleo Beauty, which is all about makeup and beauty, you guys. It's brand new. Head on over there, subscribe, and show some support there as well. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day ahead of time. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I thought, well, I want to talk about 5 niche fragrances that are perfect for a hot date night, like Valentine's Day date night, or any hot date night actually. These are my top 5 niche fragrances for date night, and I have 5 designer favorites for a hot date night. So these are 5 designer and 5 niche fragrances that I would recommend for you to wear on Valentine's Day, on date night, or any hot date night. These are my top 5 picks each, 5 niche and 5 designer. So if you guys want to see what they are, just keep watching. So you guys, what do you think? I got a new haircut. Do you like it? I chopped off pretty much like 5 inches of my hair. My hair was down to right above my butt. Now it's right by my shoulder blade. So yeah, I cut it pretty short, you guys. I really like it. You guys like it too? Let me know down in the comment section if you like my haircut. So let's talk about these beautiful, beautiful, super sexy, super alluring, yummy, delicious date night fragrances. So I have 5 niche. So I'm going to talk about my 5 niche recommendations, and then we'll talk about the 5 designer recommendations. So before I start the video, you guys, I want to tell you, if you haven't watched my video with my husband, his channel debut, I will link it up here and down in the description box. In that video, he chose my Valentine's Day fragrance after sharing with you guys his favorite fragrances in my collection on me that he loves, and then out of all of them, he picked his top 2 favorites for Valentine's Day night, and then he narrowed it down to 1. So this is that one right here. This is Maison Francisca Gian Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. So I'm not going to include it in my top 5 choices because this was in that other video. So this is also recommended, by the way. This is such a beautiful, sweet rose oud fragrance with a little hint of violet that makes it really sophisticated. It's beautiful, sweet, mysterious, kind of a sexy, badass fragrance, you know what I mean? So that was my husband's choice for me for Valentine's date night. So I'm not going to include it in the 5 I'm going to talk to you about in this video. So I have actually several in the top 5 that are my husband's. Actually, no, they all are. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, all these 5 are my husband's top favorites too for me for date night. I just realized that. Okay, yeah, it's there, his favorite too. It's in that other video. So the first one I want to recommend to you guys is right here. This is Xerjoff Muse. You guys, this is the sexiest fragrance. Oh, it smells so good. It's quite a strong, sexy, fragrance that performs so well, projects well, lasts long. Sillage is amazing. It's got this super sexy element to this fragrance, you guys. It's really like one of those standout kind of fragrances. My husband loves this. He talked about it in that video I told you about. Check it out. It's down in the description box. So yeah, this has actually one of my favorite sexy notes in the base. There's leather. A little bit of leather that makes it super sexy with those gorgeous florals that are in this fragrance and fruity notes. This is supposed to be a fruity fragrance. It's got quite a few fruity notes that are juicy, but it's not your typical juicy fruity fragrance. This is very much a serious, very strong, long-lasting you know, good for cold weather, you know, even type of fragrance. It's not your typical fresh, juicy, fruity fragrance. Yeah, it is a fruity fragrance, but it's not that kind of fruity. You know, it's made to be a very like beast mode type of serious fragrance by adding fragrance notes like leather into this fragrance, you know. And this is like a super amber heavy fragrance, you guys. It's very ambery. It's an ambery fragrance. It's very beautiful, you know. Whenever there's a lot of amber in fragrances, it's super sexy and sweet, you know. So this has juicy fruity notes, like I said, like plum and raspberry, but this also has beautiful florals like jasmine and a lot of white florals, other white florals. And this has a leather, you know, that like I said, that sexy leather. It's actually in the opening, which right off the bat it smells so sexy because of that leather that adds that sort of, you know, like expensive sexy quality to this fragrance. There's labdanum also, which has also kind of leather nuances, so it's kind of very like sexy, you know, fragrance with a good leather cord. And this has Davana, you guys, which is like a beautiful kind of sexy herbal note. In my opinion, I love Davana whenever there's Davana in fragrances. And then in the base, like I said, that there's that massive amount of like, you know, amber, there's benzoin and a little bit of patchouli. It's very sexy, you guys. It's one of those head turners, you know. You will project like to the entire room, and it's one of those fragrances on a sexy date night. You will be remembered if it's your first date even, you know. It's like very, very sexy. You can wear this with like a very sexy, you know, outfit, maybe leather pants, you know, like with a sexy top. Yeah, definitely great for Valentine's Day since the weather is still cold, at least in the areas where you get seasonal changes. Yeah, this is Xerjoff Muse. So next I have another beautiful, sweet, delicious gourmet fragrance that just makes you smell edible, you guys. You just want to take a bite out of the person wearing this fragrance. This is a very sort of, you know, it's a sweet, almost edible kind of like fragrance, but in a very perfume kind of way. And men find this quite delicious and sexy. My husband loves it. This is a Xerjoff Italica. I think this is actually a good date night fragrance. At first I didn't think so. I thought, well, this is more like a intimate kind of fragrance, you know, when you want to like, you know, have a nice bath. I use the Brazilian Boom Boom Scrub, which by the way really works well with this. I usually don't like to wear scented stuff with fragrances, but for some reason that really works. That just works really well. Oh, this is so beautiful. This smells like a biscotti dipped in milk and sprayed with a little musk, you guys. That's what I always say. But there again, don't take it literally. It doesn't smell like a biscotti out of the oven, you know, like it kind of smells like a sugar cookie too, because it's very sweet. But perfume version of it, obviously, you know, it makes you smell so edible and just yummy, you know. Amazing for date night. I mean, your date will not be able to stop sniffing you and be like, oh, you smell so good. That kind of fragrance, you know, delicious kind of fragrance. This projects really well, lasts a good long time, and the sillage is very good too, in my opinion. I get compliments on this fragrance. My husband loves it. This is like a very sweet, almondy, lactonic, vanillic fragrance. I mean, what can be better, you guys? And there's that nuttiness, and there's like a caramelly vibe to this fragrance too. It's a little bit powdery. Oh, that lactonic quality that's in here with the nuttiness, the almond, the, you know, the caramelly vibes. It just works, you guys, just works. I mean, of course, this has a massive dose of almond. There's that milk that makes it so milky and just so good. This has toffee, which gives this that caramelly vibes, like I said, that makes it very sweet and gourmet. And it has like a huge dose of bourbon vanilla, which makes it even more delicious. There's a big dose of musk in the base with like sensual sandalwood. It really is a gorgeous fragrance, you guys. It's not very spicy at all. I don't think there are any spices in here. If there are any spices, it would be like soft spices like nutmeg that you don't really pick up that much. Beautiful, edible, kind of fragrance. It's just delicious. My husband likes me to wear this even on like nights where we're, you know, being cozy, you know, like Netflix kind of night, kind of stay in date night. Beautiful fragrance, highly recommended. Xerjoff Italica. Another very alluring, spellbinding sort of fragrance that's just beautiful. I don't know what other words to use. It's amazing for date nights because it's, again, very kind of spellbinding, you know. I'll tell you why it is spellbinding. This is Initio Perfumes Psychedelic Love. Ooh, this has myrrh. You guys, it smells so good. That myrrh, in my opinion, is what makes this really spellbinding. Myrrh is one of the oldest fragrance ingredients. It's a balsam note that smells very oriental, kind of almost incensey, but even sexier. This is a very powdery, woody, ambery, floral fragrance, you know. It's a little bit sweet. It has like yellow florals in here that's so hypnotic, kind of narcotic, you know. This has like a massive dose of vanilla, some warm spices. So yeah, this has ylang heliotrope, which is powdery. Ylang is gorgeous yellow floral. There's Hidion, kind of like a white floral. There's Bulgarian rose, which is one of the most expensive rose oils. This has myrrh in the base, like I said. There's a massive dose of vanilla that makes it beautiful and sweet and delicious. There's that sensual sandalwood. I'm pretty sure there's a big dose of amber in the base with a big dose of vanilla too. They're not revealed, but I know I can smell it. So sexy, such a sexy, sort of spellbinding, like come hither kind of fragrance, you know what I mean? Like it has that sort of alluring Cleopatra kind of allure about it. It's a beautiful sexy fragrance for date night. It's quite powdery. Other than heliotrope, there might be orris root in here too, that makes it even more powdery. Very kind of beautiful, like the florals in here, like the ylang with the powdery, and florals like heliotrope and like rose, so good. My husband loves this on me. This is definitely date night material. Psychedelic Love is actually a really good name for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like got this come hither kind of quality. Yeah, this is Initio Perfumes Psychedelic Love. Next, I have a beautiful bottle, of course, in my hands. Of course, from House of Sillage. This is a gorgeous balsamic, oudi, beautiful fragrance. It's very there again, very spellbinding, kind of sexy fragrance that smells a little bit like tonka bean, but there's no tonka bean in here. I'll explain why that is. This one is none other than House of Sillage Passion de l'Amour, you guys. Oh, this is so beautiful. This has oud in there, but the oud is just beautiful. Just adds to that sexiness, to the balsamic nature of this fragrance. This got oud, it's fruity, it's floral, it's got a huge amount of vanilla, it's got warm spices that are beautiful, it's quite balsamic, it's got patchouli in here. So you guys, this has raspberry on 2 layers, very kind of juicy fruitiness that raspberry adds, the very feminine. There's a little bit of saffron. It's almost unnoticeable. It's right in the opening. It disappears right away. And this has amyris, which is a balsam note. That's quite lovely, actually. I like it. And this has liatris in the base, you guys. It's kind of like a fragrance note that has sort of like honey kind of nuances to it. I suspect that the tonka bean smell I was getting in this fragrance comes from the fact that this has a big dose of vanilla in the base and mixed with amyris and liatris, with the honey nuances in liatris and the balsam notes nature of the amyris. I think those 3 mixed kind of creates like a tonka beany smell in this fragrance. I think that's why it smells like a little bit like tonka bean and oud mixed, you know. There's of course oud in here too. Beautiful, sexy fragrance. My husband loves this fragrance. He finds it very alluring, very spellbinding. There again, very sexy, great for date nights, great date night appropriate fragrance, good for Valentine's Day, cold weather appropriate, nighttime wear only. If you live in a warm climate, just wear it at nighttime, you guys. Your date will probably be at nighttime anyway. Yeah, this one is Passion de l'Amour by House of Sillage. And last but not least, I have a stunning, sweet, absolutely sexy, beautiful, gorgeous, all the adjectives I can come up with fragrance, you guys. This one is by Micallef, one of my personal favorites for date night and any occasion where I want to turn some heads. Yeah, this one is a super like projection monster too. Like this projects like crazy. I'll tell you the story. It lasts forever on my skin, and the sillage is unbelievable. This is Micallef Mont Parfum Cristal. Oh my goodness, this one is so beautiful. This is, there again, a fragrance that has gorgeous, you know, rose vanilla combination in the middle, you guys. This is rose and vanilla together. Whenever you put rose and vanilla, it's to die for. This fragrance has more, I'll tell you. Oh, this is such a beautiful gourmand, you guys. This is sweet, very sweet fragrance. There's rose, there's vanilla, like I said. And this has a big caramel accord, and I'll tell you from what. This has got musk, this is powdery, very ambery. It's got some beautiful spices. Stunning fragrance. You guys, it opens with pink pepper and cinnamon, which is like the best combo ever. Pink pepper is that bubbly sort of, you know, soft spice that apparently invokes feelings of falling in love in your brain, which is perfect for date night. Cinnamon is such a lovely warm spice. And in the middle, you get that gorgeous big dose of rose and vanilla that's so divine together. And you get in the base that toffee that gives it that caramel vibes. There's amber in the base, and there's musk in the base that makes it so sexy. I just love this fragrance. I wore this to several functions, you guys, and I got like a million compliments. People love this fragrance, and people were like just coming after me, asking me what I was wearing. People who were in rooms could smell me in the hallway, you guys. It's crazy. It's got crazy projection, crazy sillage, and amazing lasting power. This lasts like 12 hours, you know, on me, especially on clothes until you wash them. This is a perfect date night fragrance. You will win your date in just a snap of a finger, you guys. This one is Micallef Mont Parfum Cristal. So those are my 5 sexy niche fragrance recommendations for hot date night, you guys. Now for the designer recommendations, and I have some gems right here for you that you cannot go wrong with. Honestly, they are just so beautiful. So the first one I have here for you is this beauty right here. This is Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal by Night. This one, delicious, beautiful fragrance with some cherry, some honey. Just a stunning one. This is way better than the original Scandal, in my opinion. Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal. This one has that cherry. I think that makes it sexy. That cherry is what makes this fragrance sexy, in my opinion. It's sweet, it's got honey, it's got vanilla, it is got cherry, that beautiful cherry in here. It's got gorgeous white florals, some woody notes, and it's got amber. And this has like a bunch of gorgeous white florals like tuberose, orange blossom in the middle with that gorgeous cherry note that makes this sexy, if you ask me. And it has like this massive vanilla accord from the vanilla and tonka bean that are in here. There's patchouli, which makes this last long. There's musk for sexiness. And then of course there is that sensual sandalwood. Beautiful date night appropriate fragrance, nighttime only. It says Scandal by Night right there. You can wear this even if you're in a warm climate, but just wear it at night, obviously, because it's cooler at nighttime. Gorgeous date night fragrance, you guys. This is one of my go-to designer fragrances for a hot date night. This one is a head turner. This is Scandal by Night, Jean Paul Gaultier. One fragrance that I have in my hand that you can never go wrong with when it comes to men. Guaranteed success. Trust me. Men love this fragrance. This one is simply a man killer. This one is none other than Elie Saab, Girl of Now. Men love it. Trust me. I get so many compliments from men when I wear this fragrance, this is one of those scents that just win men over. They just love it. I have flankers too, you guys, but I gotta tell you, the original really always hands down winner. The flankers are very beautiful too, but the original has something about it. It's that elevated nuttiness that's in the original that's so delicious with those gorgeous white florals. This is a very beautiful almondy, nutty fragrance. There is fruity notes in here. It's woody, it's ambery a little bit, as you can see, some citrus notes. So this, you guys, has pistachio on 2 different levels, opening and middle, and then there's almond in the base, which is so delicious. There's pear, there's orange blossom, there's magnolia too, which is also gorgeous feminine fragrance note. Huge dose of tonka bean, which gives it that vanilla accord. There's patchouli in here, and then there's a little bit of cashmere. And this is just like such a stunning, sexy date night appropriate fragrance. Definite man killer, perfect for a hot date. This is Elie Saab, Girl of Now. Next, I have a hot fragrance that sort of kind of like a designer substitute, I would say, for the Initio Perfumes Psychedelic Love. They're not at all similar in a lot of ways, but they have one thing in common. There's myrrh. You know, this has myrrh as well. So it has that same beautiful, sexy, balsamic sort of come hither kind of, you know, nature about it. This is none other than Valentino, Valentina, Myrrh Absoluto. Ah, this one's sexy. Beautiful balsamic fragrance, you guys. This is like a very amber heavy fragrance. Whenever a fragrance is amber heavy, it's super sexy. This also has another sexy one. Leather accord in here, so to die for with that myrrh and the amber. So sexy. This has some amazing yellow florals and other florals. Like I said, it's very balsamic, which is really gorgeous. Balsamic fragrances are super gorgeous, you guys. It's powdery. It's got a little bit of like warm spices. Beautiful. So this has beautiful florals like ylang-ylang, jasmine. There's a massive dose of vanilla. There is that gorgeous, sexy leather note, you know, that makes it so sexy. And then, of course, as any sexy fragrance, it has a big dose of musk too. Beautiful date night appropriate fragrance. Very sexy if you ask me, for a hot date night. Very spellbinding, you know. That myrrh in here is very beautiful, very sexy, especially with the gorgeous florals and the leather accord in here. This is Valentino, Valentina, Myrrh Absoluto. Next, I have another gorgeous ambery, sweet vanilla beauty. This one is Tom Ford Noir Parfum. Ah, this smells very sexy, like a man killer kind of sexy. This is a super sweet fragrance, you guys, but this one's very special. It has a big dose of vanilla, but there are some sweet fragrance notes in here I'll talk about. There's a lactonic feel to this, like a little bit of milkiness. I'll tell you where that comes from. This one has a massive amount of amber. By the way, if I can ever show you the juice, when I decanted this to carry around with me in the purse, I noticed the juice color is super dark ambery. So it's very ambery fragrance, you guys. It's very sexy. It's also very balsamic. It's very warm with the warm spices. This has the most beautiful citruses in the opening with bitter orange, mandarin orange, and I think bergamot too. But the bitter orange, I love. Bitter orange smells so good in fragrances, you guys. There's ginger with that special ginger thing that I just absolutely love. This has kulfi, which is a ice cream type of dessert that has like pistachio in it. So it adds that sort of milky lactonic vibes to this fragrance that makes it so delicious and adds to that sweetness, you know. Men love, by the way, men love sweet fragrances on women. And then this has beautiful like floral notes like jasmine, rose, orange blossom, you know, your usual gorgeous feminine floral notes that I love in, you know, women's fragrances. And in the base, this has a huge dose of vanilla with a huge dose of amber and that sensual sandalwood with mastic, which is the balsamic note in here, which is why this is very balsamic. Mastic is a gorgeous balsam note. I really like it. Very sexy, very date night appropriate. You will definitely get his attention. This one is Tom Ford Noir Parfum. Next, I have another gorgeous rose, vanilla, ambery, beauty that would be perfect for a date night, a hot date night. This was actually created by the same amazing perfumer as my beloved Maison Francis Kurkdjian Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. Of course, it is Maison Francis Kurkdjian that created this. This is none other than Nina Ricci Les Stars Rose Absolute. It's reminiscent of Oud Satin Mood, but it's not exactly like, nothing is exactly like Oud Satin Mood. I mean, it was created by the same perfumer, obviously. You know, that might be why. It's rosy, it's vanillic, it's ambery, it's warm spicy, it's powdery, it's woody, it's got patchouli, it's balsamic, you know. So this opens with that gorgeous pink pepper note that I talked to you guys about already. It apparently invokes feelings of falling in love in the brain. I mean, this is perfect for date night. There's a little bit of a zing from pepper in here, but it's very unnoticeable. The thing that is stunning about this fragrance, you guys, is the Taif rose that's in here. Taif rose is a very beautiful, soft, powdery rose note that actually reminds me of, you know, the Middle East. It has this sort of oriental vibes to it that's very, very alluring, very kind of spellbinding. It's very soft, delicate rose that is nothing like any other rose, you know. It makes it, in my opinion, Taif rose makes fragrances smell oriental. And this has like a huge dose of vanilla in the base because there's vanilla and benzoin. Benzoin is probably where the balsam, a little bit of balsamicness comes from. Because benzoin is like a resin note, you know, that has a little bit of balsam vibe. That may be it. There's patchouli in here, which makes it last long, I assume. And then, of course, as any sexy fragrance, there's some musk in it. In my opinion, this is a very sexy, alluring fragrance that's perfect for date night. This is an affordable designer option for a hot date night. In my opinion, this one is Nina Ricci Les Stars Rose Absolute. So you guys, that's it. Those are my top 5 niche and designer recommendations for a hot date night with your husband, fiance, boyfriend, anybody, you know, any hot date that you're going on this Valentine's Day or any other hot date night. These would work. Happy Valentine's Day to you, my lovely people. I hope you have an amazing, magical date night, magical time on Valentine's Day with your loved ones. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That red button right there, click that if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell right next to it so that you will never miss any of my videos. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post a lot of really fun content, a lot of gorgeous fragrances, fashion, beauty stuff. Check it out, you guys, and head on over to my other channel, my brand new channel, Beauty and Makeup, Cleo Beauty. I'll link it down in the description box. I will see you guys in my next video.